Today, I'm going to tell you a Korean folk tale. The title is A False Geomancer, 엉터리 풍수. A geomancer is a man who looks for a good place for graveyards or houses. They usually carried a compass to look for auspicious places. Once in a springtime, the valleys in the field was still green. A poor scholar's family ran out of food. The scholar was a smart, good-hearted man, but had no special trade to make a living. He felt so sorry for his family. He heard his distant uncle became a magistrate in a town. So he decided to go and ask his uncle for some money or grains. His wife sold her last silver ring from her dowry and gave her husband some money for the trip. The scholar walked for a long way and arrived at his uncle's house. His uncle welcomed him and let him stay in a guest room. The scholar was too proud to, ask his uncle for some money. He felt ashamed begging, so he only wished his uncle to know his predicament and help him. But his uncle seemed to be insensitive. 1 day passed, 2 days passed. The scholar was getting more and more anxious and nervous. After 3 days passed, he decided to leave. He said to his uncle, "Now I'm leaving. I came here with empty hands and leave with empty hands as well." His uncle said, Oh, wait, I have something for you." The scholar expected a bag of money. His uncle brought a wooden chest and opened it and took out a compass, a geomancer's compass. It was a small round thing in the middle, magnet, just shows north and south, and around the magnet engraved very tiny Chinese letters, showed very precise directions. It looked very old. His uncle said, "Oh, when you travel with this compass hanging on your belt, you don't have to worry about next meal." That was all. The scholar was very disappointed, but he just accepted the compass and put it on his belt with a string. And he said, "Thank you for your hospitality and this present." And he set out. He thought, his trip was in vain. He only wasted his wife's last resource. He walked a long way back home. When he passed the village, the sun set. He had to find a shelter for the night. So he looked for the largest house, roof-tiled largest house. And just before knocked at the door of the house, a villager passed by and saying, "Oh, sir, you can't expect hospitality from that house tonight. The family have a big problem." The scholar was curious. What's the problem? "Oh, the landlord's daughter-in-law gave birth to a baby boy 7 months after wedding day. So the landlord felt disgraced, and he's going to kill the mother and baby tomorrow. What a shame, what a pity." The scholar thought, "That's ridiculous. A mother and baby's life is more precious than a man's disgrace. I can't turn away this ridiculous murder." Then he looked down at his compass and he thought, "Maybe I can find a way to save those 2 innocent lives with this compass. Okay, let's try." He knocked at the door and called out to a servant, "이리 오너라, come here. a servant came out and looked up and down the man and looked at the compass. He said, "Go and tell your master, a crafty geomancer has come to see him on an urgent issue." So the servant went in and told his master. So the old man, the master, came out and said, "Oh, what brought you here, sir? Do you have any business to me?" The scholar said, "I'm a geomancer. While I was passing by your house, I found your house surrounded by a strange flow of energy, and I'm sure it is related to your ancestors' graveyard. Please let me examine your graveyard." The old man believed in geomancy and respected the geomancer's word, so he welcomed the scholar and treated him well. The next morning, the old man led the scholar to his ancestors' graveyard, and the word of crafty geomancer spread overnight in the village, and the villagers all came over to the landlord's graveyard. They were very curious. The scholar take out the compass and put it here and there around the tombs. And he looked up the mountain ridge, and he looked down the creeks just below the graveyards, and he nodded and he sighed. Everybody was waiting for his words. For after a while, the scholar said to the old man, "Your father's tomb is located a very mysterious place. If only you have a 7 months born baby boy, your family will prosper. The baby boy will bring wealth and fame." That's very strange. The old man turned pale and he thought, "Oh, what a fool I was. I almost ruined my family. My daughter-in-law has brought good luck to my family." And when he came home, he changed totally. So he thanks to his daughter-in-law to give birth to the baby and treated the young mother and the baby like treasure. And the old man also treated this scholar very well for a couple of days. And when he left, he gave a bag of money for reward. So the scholar hurried home and arrived home. He worried his family a lot. His wife came out and said, "Oh, just yes, a few days ago, a cart full of rice and some money arrived. So we ate well. Maybe your uncle had sent it." The scholar smiled. He knew the daughter-in-law who saved her life and the baby by this scholar's wit. She had sent the rice and the money. So anyway, with the help of the compass, the poor scholar's family had no more hunger. He had learned the geomancy and used that compass for a living. Thank you.